Good morning. It's Sunday. Yoga Meesh here, checking in for today's Sunday reset. If you are new here, the practice starts at 5 minutes after. So if you're watching the playback, you could go ahead and fast forward to 5 minutes. And if you've been here before, I'm just giving people time to come into the live so we can get started today. I always say I don't want to be here long, but sometimes we end up being here for an hour. So we'll just see how today flows. I have some things in mind for today's sequence, but not too much because I keep having this little shoulder thing. I think power yoga is not my thing anymore. Just like too too much intensity, that forward fold down to the, what is it, like the plank and then the down and the cobra. I can't do that anymore. Good morning. So I think we'll take it a little easy today because I have a little bit of tension on my shoulder. Um, but we might stand today, so we'll see if that is in our practice. Yeah, but I'm trying to think if there's any announcements, updates. It's getting nicer outside, so chances are I'll be doing some more yoga outdoors this summer. I was asked to do goat yoga, teach goat yoga, and I haven't confirmed or denied. I mean, the goats are cute, but I'll have to see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope everyone had a great week. I hope everyone took care of themselves or is taking care of themselves, and putting yourself first. Putting yourself first, putting your faith first if you're a believer. Um, really taking care of yourself, especially with the way the world is. And I think if anything, it's really important to have people in your corner who support you, who love you, who care about you. And I'm grateful that I've been able to weed out and really connect with people who mean me the best and have my best interest, and vice versa. And ever since making that realization, I think things have been a lot better. Life has been on an upward spiral and it just keeps going up. So yeah, that's really it. That's really it. Hello, for those of you who are coming in to the space, we're just getting settled in. So you can go ahead and maybe find a comfortable seat. That could be crisscross applesauce, or that could be legs straight out in front of you. I think we are going to possibly start in a child's pose. I'm really into starting in a child's pose recently. I think we're going to start in a child's pose and work our way up to a stand if we get to a stand today. Yeah, I think today's practice is going to be pretty short. I'm trying to shoot for maybe 30 minutes. So let me set my alarm. But yeah, I've really been enjoying these Sunday resets. I didn't do one last week, but glad to be back at it this week. I think I'm going to try to come up with some sort of calendar though, because I don't know if I'm going to be here every Sunday, especially when it's about to be summertime. I'm just trying to see how much longer. Okay, about a minute left. It's about to be summertime, so I'm about to be outside. I'm about to be outside. I can't be inside teaching yoga all day. No, I'm just kidding. I love being here. I love doing this, and I'm excited to see how my channel will grow with this practice. So we're going to get started in a little bit. Hi. I can't really see. Sorry, y'all. I can't really see the chat. So if you are in the chat, you could definitely drop a hello and thank you for popping in. But it is 5 minutes after, so we're going to go ahead and get started with today's practice. So, hello everyone. My name is Misha, aka Pieces of Meesh. If you're here, Yoga Meesh, and I am a yoga teacher in training. So, right now I'm teaching classes in order to obtain my yoga teacher certification. So, if you are in here, I would appreciate the like because that helps circulate the live video and brings more people into the space. But yeah, so before we start today's practice, I would like to say that everything that I offer today is a suggestion. Please listen to your body first before you listen to me. If you just came here to vibe out and watch, that's fine too. But if you're gonna watch the whole time, you could at least leave a like or a comment. But my hope is that you are here to engage in the practice and connect your breath with your body and set some intentions for today and the week ahead. So as I said, everything I say is a suggestion. I would not recommend this practice for anyone who is expecting, so pregnant people. There are a ton of prenatal yoga videos on YouTube that I would suggest that you check out just for your own safety. And yeah, I think that's it. Listen to your body, take care of yourself. Um, and yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So if you're in here, please like the video so that we can circulate it around the platform and more people can pop in on us. So we're going to start today's practice in a child's pose. So to get to that child's pose, you're going to go ahead and bring your big toes together, knees as wide as the mat or as wide as you need them to give your belly some space. And you're going to bring your hands, extend out in front of you. We'll take an inhale and we'll exhale, sink back down into our child's pose, letting our forehead rest on the mat. And once you get into your child's pose, I invite you to find a breath. Find an inhale in through your nose and an exhale out of your nose or your mouth, whatever feels comfortable in your body. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out of your nose or your mouth, sinking into the moment. And while you're inhaling and exhaling, I invite you to bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows, your forehead resting on your mat. And maybe you notice sensations with your forehead resting on the mat. Maybe you notice a pulsating feeling. Maybe you don't notice anything. But just noticing how your forehead feels resting on the mat. And if you do notice any tension within your forehead or your eyebrows, we'll take an inhale. And on your exhale, we'll soften that space on your forehead that's resting on the mat. And if your eyes are open, maybe you soften your gaze. Or maybe you close your eyes if that feels safe to you. Inhaling and exhaling. Awesome. Continuing your inhale and your exhale according to your own breath cycle. I invite you to drop your awareness down to your mouth, your lips. Noticing what sensations you're feeling down in your mouth. And noticing if you can relax your mouth down or your tongue. Soften your tongue to rest at the base of your mouth on your exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. I invite you to bring your awareness down to your heart center, your chest. Noticing any sensations there. Connecting with your heart center as we ease into this practice for today. Asking yourself, how can you bring ease and softness into your heart center? What does your heart need right now? And exhaling. And let's find a cat-cow. So in your cat-cow, we're going to inhale, extending our chest in front of us, poking our booty out. And on the exhale, we'll tuck our pelvis, curling our back, letting our head hang heavy. Inhaling, bring our chest forward, poking our tail out. And on the exhale, curling our back, letting our head hang heavy. So you can go ahead and continue your cat-cow according to your own breath. And also a reminder, if this is too much on your knees or too much on your ankles, you can always fold your mat over for some extra cushion. Or if this is too much on your wrist, not your ankles, but your wrist, you can always ball your fist to bring some of that tension off your wrist as well. So whatever your body is asking for, what feels good in your body. And also knowing that child's pose we started with is a rest pose. So you can always go back to that child's pose when you're ready. Good job. All right. So when you feel like you've found enough movement in your cat-cow, I invite you to find stillness in your tabletop position. Inhaling and exhaling. Good job. Remembering to breathe. We'll take an inhale, and on the exhale, we'll step that left foot back behind us, resting our foot on the ball of our foot, and we'll find a nice pulse movement back and forth on our mat. Remembering to sync our movement with our breath, so maybe you inhale forward, and exhale back, moving slow, taking your time. Inhale forward, exhale back, good job. Inhaling forward, and exhaling back. And when you're ready, we'll find stillness with that foot still behind us. In our next inhale, we'll go ahead and inhale that foot up off the ground, toes facing down, pushing away from our mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing as we hold our foot up, toes facing down towards the mat. Being strong in our arms and pushing away from our mat. And on the exhale, we'll drop that foot back down and we'll bring it back in to our tabletop. Bring our big toes together, pushing back down into our child's pose. When you're ready, we'll push back up into our tabletop. You can hit that cat-cow if you need to. And then we'll go ahead and do that same thing on the opposite side, whenever you're ready. So finding stillness in your tabletop. And we'll go ahead and we'll inhale that left foot back behind us, resting on the ball of our foot, and we'll find a gentle pulse back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're ready, we'll find stillness with our foot extended behind us. And on the inhale, we'll inhale, lift that foot off the ground, toes flex forward, down facing our mat, pushing away from our mat. Keeping our head extended, letting our neck be an extension of our shoulders, of our back. Inhaling and exhaling. Good job. And we'll go ahead and exhale that foot back down, bringing our knee back down to the mat, big toes together, pushing back into our child's pose. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale back out of that child's pose into our tabletop. Find our cat-cow again. Good job. And then we'll find stillness in our tabletop. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to exhale or lift that back foot back out again. And this time, with our right foot extended behind us, we're going to go ahead and inhale and lift that left leg behind us. Hi, I can't see who you are, but I could see you said hi. Thanks for popping in. And we're going to inhale, lift that left leg up. That right leg up. And we'll exhale, bring our knee and our elbow to touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bringing our left elbow and our right knee to touch. Inhale, extend. And we'll exhale, bring our knee and elbow to touch. Inhale, extend. And let's exhale, drop everything back down to the mat. Bring our knee in. And let's sit back on our legs, because we've been on our wrist. And just give our wrist a nice little roll out. We'll roll them in one direction. And then we'll roll our wrist in the opposite direction. And then we'll go ahead and do that same thing on the opposite side. And maybe I won't be as tongue-tied this time. All right, let's go back into our tabletop. Remembering to inhale and exhale. And we'll inhale. And we'll exhale that left foot back behind us. Inhaling our right hand out in front of us, letting our head be an extension of our neck. We'll lift that left foot off the ground, toes flex, face towards the mat. Inhale, and we'll exhale, bring our right knee and our right elbow and our left knee to touch. Extend. Exhale, bring our knee and elbow to touch. Inhaling, extend. Exhale, bring our knees to elbow and touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, letting everything drop back down to the ground. Bring our knees back down, toes together to touch. Exhaling back down into our child's pose. Good job, everyone. Just building a little heat, getting our bodies warmed up. And when you're ready, we'll inhale back up into that tabletop. If you want to hit a cat-cow, you can, but I think we're going to stand today. So you can just stand up if you want to and go into your mountain, or you can do a down dog into your stand. I'm going to do down dog into my stand. So to do that, I'm going to curl my toes. Inhale and exhale, push away from my mat. Fingers spread wide, palms on the mat. I like to do a slight turn of my elbows out a little bit. And just pedaling out left and right. Letting my head be heavy. Inhaling and exhaling. And when you're ready, you'll find stillness. And walk your feet to meet your hands in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to inhale and sweep our arms up overhead to a stand. I want to move back so you all can see me. But in our stands, we'll have our feet about hip width apart. We'll find our mountain. So exhale, let your arms drop down to your side. Good job. And we'll find our mountain with our feet hip width apart, pelvis tucked. And we'll inhale our shoulders up and let them roll down our back. There we go, finding our mountain pose. I'll turn to the side so you all can see me too. Just finding your mountain. Good job. So from our mountain, we'll go ahead and we'll inhale our arms up overhead, bringing them to touch, letting our fingers interlace with our pointer fingers pointed towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. Noticing the space between your ears and your shoulders. We'll take an inhale and we'll exhale, leaning to the right side of our bodies. Inhaling up back to center. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhaling up to center. And exhale, letting our hands come loose. Forward fold back down to the ground. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. And we'll inhale, we'll sweep our arms back up overhead. And we'll exhale, and we'll let our arms come to goalpost arms, okay? So with our arms at goalpost, pelvis tucked, feet hip width apart. We're gonna inhale that right knee up, a little balance today, foot flexed. And we're gonna exhale, or no, we're gonna inhale, letting our hands come ahead of us, in front of us, foot behind us, toes flexed down towards the mat. And we'll exhale, bringing our knee up, foot flexed, goalpost arms. So it's almost like you're a superhero, you know? Inhale, letting our arms come in front of us, foot behind us. And you can also put your foot on the mat. You don't have to have it in the air. Toes flex down towards your mat. See, because look, I'm even getting a little wobbly today. Exhale. Inhale. Good job. And exhaling. Let our knee come up, goalpost arms. And this time, you know what? Let's actually bring our foot down to the mat. And we'll invite a warrior one into our practice. Inhaling and exhaling, warrior one. And you know what? While we're here, we might as well just open up to warrior two, huh? So letting our back foot be flat on the mat, toes facing the long edge of our mat, right foot forward, making sure we're not collapsing into our knee, but finding an opening in our knee. And we'll go ahead and we'll find warrior two. Good job. Looking over your front hand. Noticing the space between your ears and your shoulders. We'll inhale, we'll reverse our warrior. And on the exhale, we'll let our hands sweep down to frame our left foot. And then we'll just bring that left foot behind us, lower our knees back down to the ground, into child's pose. Finding our breath, inhaling and exhaling. So you can be in your child's pose as long as you need to. But when you're ready, we're going to find our way back to a stand to do that same sequence on the opposite side. So you can stay in your child's pose as long as you need, but when you're ready, I'm going to inhale back up to your tabletop. And we'll go back up into our down dog to find our stand. Now you can go directly into your stand. You know where we'll be in the mountaintop. So if you like to just go straight to your mountaintop, go for it. If you want to hang out in your down dog for a little bit, go for it. This is your practice. You can do whatever feels good in your body. Finding stillness in your dog. You'll walk your hands or walk your feet to meet your hands in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to sweep our arms up overhead. Bring our hands to meet at the top. Fingers interlace with our pointer fingers pointed towards the sky. Inhale and exhale, leaning to the left. Inhale and exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale, baby back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, sweeping our arms down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling our hands back up overhead. Exhaling to our goalpost arms. And we're going to do that same thing we did on the opposite side. So I think we did the right foot in the air last time. So this time we're going to go ahead and inhale that right knee up. Exhale. And we're going to inhale, letting our arms come in front of us, letting that right foot hover on the mat behind us, toes hover, or you can bring them to touch the mat, whatever feels good in your body. Exhale, bringing your knee up, goalpost arm. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, inhaling. Good job. We'll do one more time. And then on your exhale, inhale, you'll let your toes come back on the mat. Warrior one. Let me adjust myself on my mat. Warrior one. Inhaling and exhaling. And from this warrior one, we'll go right into our warrior two. Back foot, toes facing the long edge of your mat. Right toes facing the front, not collapsing in our knee, but finding a strong base. Letting our arms come out in front of us, looking over your right fingertips, noticing the space between your ears and your shoulders. Inhaling, reversing your warrior. And exhaling, letting your hands spiral down to frame your right foot. Letting your right foot come behind you. Knees drop back down to the ground. Toes together, push back. Child's pose. We'll inhale, back up into our tabletop. Let's see how long we've been here. Okay, about 34 minutes. If you need to hit that cat-cow, you can. Ooh, there's a bird fight outside. If you need to hit your cat-cow. And we'll inhale, back up into our down dog. If you want to meet us in mountain, go for it. And this time, I'm going to walk my hands back to meet my feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And I'm going to hang out my fold for a little bit. So if you are in your mountain, you can go into your forward fold. And you can hold onto your elbows if you would like, if that feels good for you. Finding a gentle sway in your forward fold. Remembering to inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, we'll find stillness with your knees bent in your fold. And it will slowly roll up. I mean as slow as you can roll up. letting your head be the last thing to come up. Good job. Finding your mountain. Inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to get ready to wind down soon and find our way back down to the ground. But before that, you can go ahead and stand on the long ways of your mat if you need to, but feet wide, toes facing in front of you or diagonal, whatever feels good in your body. How does it feel safe? What feels safe and comfortable for you in this stance? We're going to inhale our arms up overhead, and we'll exhale, forward fold with our legs wide, letting our head hang heavy in this forward fold. And maybe you walk your hands to one leg, exhale to center. Inhale, walk your legs to the hands to the opposite. Inhale, center. And finding stillness in your fold. And you can slowly roll back up to a stand, letting your head come up last. Inhaling, sweeping your arms up overhead. And exhaling, letting your arms fall in front of you, forward fold again in your wide leg pose. And then from here, with your feet planted on the ground, we'll inhale and we'll exhale down into a squat. Now you don't have to hold your squat. You can just do nice little froggy from side to side. But if you want to hold your squat, you can go ahead and planting your feet on the ground. Bringing your hands together, heart center. Finding a squat in your practice today. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll inhale, letting our hands come back down to the mat on the exhale. And we'll push ourselves back up into that forward fold, wide leg. And we'll slowly roll back up to our stance, letting our head come up last. Good job. We'll bring our feet back in to our mountain pose, hip width apart. Inhale, our arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, letting our hands meet the ground, letting our knees drop back down to the ground. And we'll go ahead and transition into a seat so that we can lay on our backs in our final resting pose. So we'll go ahead and find about a 3-minute final resting pose. And before we do that, you know, you can offer yourself any other final movements you may need. Maybe some windshield wipers, a happy baby, whatever feels good in your body. But we'll go ahead, we'll lay back, and we'll go into our final resting pose. So we'll be here for about 3 minutes. All right, wiggling your fingers and toes, swaying your ankles back and forth, rolling out your wrists, noticing your body on the mat, bringing your awareness back into the space and back into the room. I'm going to go ahead and inhale, resting your right foot on the mat, knees bent, and inhaling your arm up overhead, your right arm. And I'm going to exhale and roll over to the right side of our body, finding a fetal position. We're resting on the right side of our body, left hand on the mat. Inhaling and exhaling, moving slow. And when you're ready, you're going to use that left hand to push up back into a seated position, letting your head be the last thing to come up. Good job. And remember, if you're here, to like the video. Finding your breath, inhaling and exhaling. We'll inhale our arms up overhead. And exhale, shake them down. Ugh. Get all that leftover excess energy out that we didn't get out in our practice. Inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, shake everything out that we didn't get out in our practice. And we'll inhale our arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold any amount, letting your head hang heavy in your fold. And we'll inhale, walk our hands back up to meet our body. Inhaling, arms up overhead, letting your hands touch at the top. Exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. Inhaling and exhale, forward fold any amount. Inhaling back up. Thank you all for joining me in today's practice, today's Sunday reset. Yeah, thank you for sharing in your practice with me, and I hope you have a great Sunday and a great week ahead. So thank you all for sharing in this space and time with me. Namaste. All right, y'all. That's it for today. If you are in here, please like the video so we can get more people in here and we can build a community of YouTube yogis. All right, so I hope you all have a good week, a good day, and I will catch you all maybe next Sunday. We'll see. Bye.